Hey, 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 everybody! we are back in the bush, and it is actually Thursday. Come back a day early. I had quite a week. Um, got some stuff done. Got my small engine stuff all done up. Had a surprise, not a surprise, I guess. Something showed up at the house in a crate. Went into Princess Auto and actually got one of those mini excavators. So it was pretty cool. It's actually sitting in my driveway right now in a big box. So check this out. Check this out, people. It's just like Christmas here at the house. The crate showed up today with the Red Rock mini excavator. That's what's in that. Went today, got it at Princess Auto. Got it brought home in a tow truck. It's a big crate. It's 1,200 pounds. So there's no way that I wanted to screw around with my truck and all that. There's sweet Cindy. But she's a nice unit in here. Totally disassembled. Like, it needs a lot of assembly. None of the hydraulics are hooked up or anything on it. So this is a project I'm going to go at probably in the next couple months. I'm not going to need this right away. So, but it's so nice to have it. And we got it while it was on the sale. It was the best deal. So she's going to be some fun to use this thing. Anyway, pretty cool, eh? Going to be quite a rig. I don't know when I'm going to bring that over here yet. Probably not till April, till I can start working that thing. But it's kind of nice. We figured we'd end up getting one while the sale was on. It was like $600 off. So, and the sale was over in a couple days. So, and they didn't. I talked to the guy at Princess Auto. He didn't know when it was going to go on again. Look like a pretty nicely made rig. Been checking them out on YouTube quite a bit. It's a lot of videos in there, guys operating these things, and they're quite a unit. They say the hydraulics, you got to watch out because they're so strong. You can do damage to that thing because it'll overwork itself. So it's going to be kind of cool, and I'm going to make some footage for you guys, moving a bunch of earth around, soil, and just doing some general landscaping and that around here with that machine. So that will be a wonderful thing to have here. Don't know how I'm going to get it here yet. They sort of say you can tow it on the road, but it's pretty sketchy, I think, to tow. So the tires that come on it are a turf tire, which I'm definitely not going to pull on the road. But they're a 4-bolt rim, and I think they're actually a tapered bearing and everything like a trailer. So I could put trailer tires on it just to haul it over here. Not sure yet. Haven't figured out what we're going to do that way as far as getting it over here, but there's no rush. And as you can see in the crate, that thing is totally disassembled right now. It's going to be quite a job putting that together. And I'm going to probably film doing some of that too. Should be pretty cool. We just, again, Thursday evening. It's almost 8 o'clock now. Wrestling with the stove. And I hate to admit this, but I think the chimney oven is going to go for a while. It's backdrafting bad again. The pipe is starting to block up. I'm not getting the draft up the chimney that I should. When I initially put the oven in a year ago on that, and anybody that's been following the channel on that, you'd know that the pipe went straight through the oven. Then I added this bypass on the back. That helped for a while, but it's blocking again somehow. It's not totally blocked, but the last couple weeks, if you open the door to put any wood at all in that thing, the smoke just rolls out of this stove. And I'm tired of it because right now it's pretty smoky in here. We've been in here a couple hours. So I keep opening the door to let the smoke out, right? So I hate to say it, but we're going to come back. I don't have a chimney brush to clean the chimney and that. I didn't bring it this week, so we're going to put up with it for this weekend. But I'm probably going to come back either midweek next week or next weekend, and the chimney oven's going to be just taken right off for now. And I'm not going to use it for a little bit. We haven't been using it a whole lot. It's been such a mild winter anyway that when you come in here, if we get this stove cranking enough to get that hot, it gets 28 degrees in here. It gets so hot it's unbearable. So for now, regretfully, you know, the fad is over anyway with this thing. But for now, the chimney oven, I think, may get removed. I'm just going to run the pipe straight out of the stove. And there's still going to be 2 elbows in it, which will inhibit the flow a little bit, but the way it is right now, I've got no draft at all. Again, it's getting bad, so a cleaning would probably cure it, but I shouldn't have to clean that, you know, a couple times a year either, because I cleaned it last spring, and I haven't used it that much since. So one of those things that'll work, but it's not working. So, and I may redesign one someday down the road. I was thinking of doing a round barrel type. Actually, you'd have better flow with a square box inside, but have a barrel on the outside, and it would give you a better flow. There'd be less restriction going up through, so, and less chance of blocking. And also make it so at least one part of it can be removed, and you can actually clean it in there. So that's something to work out in the future. But we're going to kick back here for the rest of the evening, I guess. Keep this place warm and all that. No big plans yet for the next couple days. We're going to spend probably 2 nights here. Appreciate all the feedback and all the comments and that, whatever you guys think. But I guess we're going to probably, you know, shut her down for now, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Well, hello again. It is the next day. It's still freezing rain a little bit. You can see it here on Lola's windshield. Look at that. It's ice. Nice stuff. Yeah, frozen hard as a rock. Yesterday was 13 degrees at one point. I went up to deliver a snow thrower, actually, do a service call on one, and it was 13, if you believe it. Got over here, it was still 9 last evening. We didn't get here till almost supper time. Temperature dropped from yesterday from 9 degrees Celsius, which what, about 48 or 50. It dropped to 0 overnight. And everything which was could have made lots of snowmen here yesterday, it's getting kind of crunchy here today. Crazy weather, up and down, up and down, up and down. Tomorrow is going to be, it's going to be cold tonight. It's going to get down to minus 11 or 12 or something. It's almost hard to believe. This is the 6th winter I've been here, and this doesn't happen. This brook is normally frozen over and stays frozen over pretty well all winter now. Not this year. Times are changing, I guess. And it's still freezing rain a little bit out here, but it's the winter has been so mild that you'd be crazy to complain about this year, because it started so late. November, remember, people were having 16 and 18 degree days in November. There's a bunch of guys out in motorcycles yesterday. A friend of mine stopped in at my house there for a few minutes, riding. I was half tempted to take out my DRZ, my dirt bike, because it is a street legal motorcycle. So brook's all still frozen on this side though. Hasn't thawed out yet. But it's not a really ambitious day for us today. We're just kind of lazing around, taking it easy. It was a pretty crazy week. And to top it off, and this sucked, all the other stuff's been going lately, my garage and all the other things I've had to buy. And what night was it? Thursday, we wanted to come here yesterday. Wednesday night, we had planned on we were going to come over early yesterday in the morning. Fairly early, because I knew I had to do a service call on the snowblower first. And I went down to the basement in the evening, and a pile of water all over the basement floor, my hot water heater. Can't believe it. It was only 6 years old. I own it. It's an owned one, not a rented one. So it's my actual, I own it. I had to go buy a water heater yesterday. I was hoping it wasn't a fatal death of it, but where the top element come out of the heater, there's like a pipe or whatever, a pipe, I don't know what you call it, thread. It's a threaded coupler that's basically made onto the heater when it's new, and your element goes into that. The bottom half of that, she eroded away. 6 years. It was literally a couple months out of the warranty on it. So I wasn't real impressed with that. And when I bought that 6 years ago, the price of them, like everything else, is pretty well doubled. So sad, but at least got a brand new hot water heater anyway. New water heater in the basement, so I had to get that all taken care of before we come over here. And then, just, you know what it's like working on old plumbing, I had a gate valve, ball valve, actually a shut off above it where the cold water feeds in. I'm hooking the new tank up. I put that on the top of the tank and all that, and I look and there's water. The water was shut off, but it was still pressurized. Well, there's water dripping down, leaking from the gate valve, the ball valve. So I had nylon couplers going into a steel ball valve. Oh, I'll just tighten her up a bit, right? No, you don't. Not after it's been sitting there 6 or 8 years. Crack. Then the water starts pouring out. I had to shut the water right down and go buy a new ball valve and some new pipe nipples, I guess they call them. Screw them in. Job done. But again, very thankful I can do these things myself, because if you had to pay a plumber to come in and do that job, it'd be a couple $1,000s probably. So a whole lot cheaper than that when you DIY. But yeah, we're just going to kick around here today. It's actually, the day's almost over. It's late in the afternoon already, but it's crunchy and cold out here, and sorry I don't have a whole lot of projects for you guys this week to share. Obviously I don't need to plow any snow, get stuck like the last video. It was kind of silly, but hope you guys enjoyed that. Still ice load on the roof here, hasn't come off yet. Don't know when she's going to let loose, but fairly soon I would imagine. But yeah, it's getting really crunchy out here now. Crunchy and icy. Ice baby. Helmet shouldn't be on its side there. You can see the driveway is, you pretty well skate on this section of it here now. The first part. She's icy. There's where I was stuck last week. There's my two spots. I was right down into the moss, digging up the moss. But I'm really excited too about the new tow behind excavator we got. So many places I need to fix up, even in here. This is too rough. There's a big rock in that. I don't want to take the rock out, but I'll build around it. And a lot of people will do. I just take a scoop in here, scoop just random bit of earth, and you can move it around. You won't miss it in there because it's treed in. So fill in some of the low spots, right? All in front of the garage here. This is all low. It's full of snow right now, but this is all a real low area. I want to fill all that in. Fill in this side here. These are pallets I'm going to probably recycle yet. 2x4s, right? So, but I want soil on both sides of this ramp. That's all going to come very easily now, because out front, on the edge where I got my little mini pit out there, I'm going to start pulling some gravel out of there. And over here, I have a pretty good mound that I may take some from. Like all in around here. They already took, well, I guess I can't get a lot out of there unless I took some of these little trees along the edge. When I took some of those little trees, there's a lot of earth. You can see there's a lot of soil was taken out of here years ago, and that was used to build the road going in. But up along the edge of the field up there is where my little mini gravel pit area. So what I'm going to do, the little excavator, park it out there, fill the side by side, and then just come in and dump it. And it's going to be so easy to do, because I've done most of it with a little trailer. Started out with a lawn tractor, pulling it, and then upgraded to my garden tractor, my bigger one. But I had to shovel them full by hand. No fun at all. No fun at all. There's a tree that's going to have to come down. It's dead. See the bark all coming off the side of this guy. He's still alive up there, but he's on the way out. A shame. I'm going to have to cut him down. He's going to be a goner soon. Cindy and I were thinking too, and I'm going to look into it a bit. I haven't done one yet, but I want a kind of a poll from you guys about doing a live feeds. Would you guys be interested in, like on a Friday night, doing a live feed? And if you would, tell me yes in the comments, please. And tell me what time would work. We don't stay up real late, so, I don't know how late we'd want to be doing them, but we normally go to bed pretty early when we're over here. But it would be kind of neat to try it and to kind of interact with some of you people, and ask whatever questions, and we can kind of sit there and just kind of giggle and have a laugh. And I know a lot of channels do it, so it'd be kind of cool to try. I think maybe the next week or two, maybe we'd do a live feed on a Friday night, if possible. But I think for now, see, here's a spot here too I want to fix. See this big hole here? Big hole in the ground. Well, again, when the pad was made for where the camp is built here, they dug soil just to different spots. With that whole berm on the other side of it, I got that little machine here. I'm going to pull that this way and knock all this down some. I don't need it up near that high. So I can kind of move soil around here a bit with that thing. You can get a log grapple, goes on it, a thumb. You can get it comes in a 13-inch bucket, and you can buy a landscape bucket that's 23 inches. That's pretty good for a small machine like that. But even though it's small too, it's mighty. That thing weighs 1,200 pounds. So I'm not sure yet how we're going to get it over here, because it's not supposed to be legally towed on the road. It's got turf tires on it, but I could put trailer tires or a 4-bolt rim with a tapered bearing. I could put trailer tires on it just to get it here. I don't know how confident I feel in doing that, so I may end up, don't know yet how. If I could get it on my I've got 2 trailers. I got a small one, then I get that tandem, the bigger one that I use to put the side-by-side on. If I could get it on that tandem trailer, would be nice, but I'm not sure yet if I'd be able to or not. And then once I get it over here, it's going to stay here. We're going to leave it parked in behind the cabin here, and we're going to cover it up well, because there's no point of yanking it back and forth, and I've got all kinds of work for it to do. So that's going to be really nice to have. Again, sitting in a crate in my driveway, just got to get her put together. The back roof still has all the ice on it. Hasn't come off yet. And it's crazy, where it was 8 degrees, or actually, 13 yesterday. I can't believe it didn't come off, but it didn't. She's still on there. Still on there. But anyways, for now, I am just going to go back in the cabin. Maybe have a coffee or something. And there's nothing dramatic again this weekend going on. I apologize, but we didn't do a whole lot. Had a pretty busy last couple weeks, and kind of gets tiring after a while. So it's nice to just kind of kick back and not have to worry about anything sometimes. Not have to worry about cameras turned on and editing and everything else, right? So, because there is a lot to it. But yeah, she's getting a nice ice coat here now. Freezing rain pretty good. It's almost like ice pellets. It's supposed to the next couple hours, I think, and then it's going to be done. So I'm going to go inside for now and hang out where it's nice and warm. Say it's like -1 out here. It's 24 in the camp. So I'll talk to you guys a little later. Wow. What an absolutely beautiful morning out here, everybody. It is -13 right now, which is such a radical difference because it was +13 on Thursday when we came over. So pretty crazy, hard to believe. Got some company coming here in a bit, so I'm going to cut this video off soon. It's actually the owners of the parcel land next door. They just bought the place in the fall, and they're in the process of getting it surveyed and everything now. So he's going to be stopping over for a bit. It's going to be nice to see him. I haven't talked to him in a couple months. Going to do some things around here today. Not sure exactly what yet. I hope my chain isn't frozen up too much here. Let's see if we can get this thing open. This could be tricky. Very tricky. She probably froze. It's -13, but is the sun ever strong out here right now? Very, very warm. Feels very warm. Look at that. Lock's not even froze. It's awesome. That's a good start. Gonna be a good day for a good day, guys. I guess you didn't see that. I had it too angled up in the air too much. Anyway, I wanted to let my neighbor again come to visit. When I come in with a side-by-side, I drive around. I've got a little path right over there. I come in around. I probably shouldn't, but I do. So that's the way I come in. And I think we're going to stay one more night. I'm not sure if I'm going to make another video or not yet. But I know this one wasn't real exciting. Sorry I didn't have a whole lot of content going on this week. I don't always. Sometimes you know, there's not that much action. Sometimes you just hang around and enjoy ourselves over here. So it's a good day for a good day. But if nothing else, guys, like and subscribe if you like the channel and the content, and share it and all that with your friends, and tell them about the silly old man in the woods that likes to hang out with his woman Cindy. So if nothing else, you know what, just try to live simply and remain grateful and stay warm wherever you're at. We'll talk to you soon.